Hi, my name's Jim Fearn from Guide Fly Fishing, and today I'm going to be doing a presentation on Sage fly rods. Sage is a company that was founded in 1980 by Don Green. Don at that time was already an experienced fly fisherman and rod designer. And Don believed that a good fly rod should never run out of power, especially in windy conditions or when you're pushing that rod for that little bit of extra distance. He believed that rods should always have power in reserve. Hence the name of the first series of Sage rods, the Reserve Power, or RP for short. As the technology generations have evolved, Sage has differed from other companies in quite a few different ways. Firstly, they have really tried to put more carbon in the rods and minimise the use of resins. A rod with a more concentrated amount of carbon is going to be lighter, slimmer in the blank, and also stronger. The Kinetic HD stands for high density. Also, Sage have managed to optimise fibre to fibre positioning in the rods from Kinetic and Kinetic HD, massively reducing vibration during the cast and immediately after the cast, thus better loop control and also improved accuracy. In essence, Kinetic HD is the highest transferred energy material they have ever created. Other ways that Sage have differed from other companies is that they've kept their production to their homeland in the United States, actually Bainbridge Island just near Seattle. I've been fortunate enough to visit the factory and seen firsthand the 27 workstations, or 27 people that handcraft every Sage rod. The great thing about this is it's 27 people and it's 27 points of quality control. The two categories of Sage rods are the Core Series and the Speciality Series. The Core Series are the rods with a multi-purpose action such as the Sage X, which cover a wide variety of fly fishing situations. The Speciality Series have been designed with very much dialed in performance to cover very specific fishing applications. Today we're looking at one of the most popular rods from the Speciality range, the Trout Hello. With a light touch and a medium action, the LL has been designed specifically for the dry fly fisher in mind. Recognising that different fly fishing situations require different rod actions, back in 1987, Don Green developed the now legendary LL series of moderate action fly rods for the lightline angler. Now in its third generation, the Trout LL draws its inspiration from history. With its classic appearance and smooth casting taper, it gives unrivaled dry fly presentation. The LL will cover most situations a dry fly fishery is likely to encounter, not only in the course of a given day, but through the entire season, whether fishing on small or big rivers. With Kinetic HD technology, medium smooth action allows us to fine-tune the speed of the necessary cast, making it perfect for gentler presentations, ideal for casting longer leaders, and also protecting fine tippets during the strike and also during the fight. The Trout LL's action is at the faster side of medium, thus enabling us to be able to ping tight loops off the tip, gaining more tension and control for accuracy, especially in awkward wind directions. It gives us sufficient line speed to make the line travel high over obstructions behind or make low travelling side casts, reaching the more educated fish that others may have failed on. In essence, the Kinetic HD Trout LL is a highly versatile dry fly rod. The range starts at 7'9" 3-weight, going up to 9'6" 6-weight. We recommend using the Rio Elite Technical Trout Fly line for the ultimate in dry fly presentation in conjunction with the Trout LL. The line has a long head and back taper to increase loop control when carrying long lengths and making precise casts to rising fish. So first and foremost, I'm a salmon fisher, and I'm fortunate enough, working for Guide Fly Fishing, I can take my pick of the entire Sage double-handed range. I, for my salmon fishing, choose the Igniter, and these are some of the reasons why that is. I suppose it makes sense to start with the actual balance, so the weight, how the rod feels in the hand. Me personally, I'm a firm believer that if the rod feels heavy at the tip, then the rod is going to feel heavy. It can be the lightest rod in the world. A rod that's heavy down there is going to feel heavy. Whereas you can see the Igniter with the right size reel is nice and balanced, and this is the 15-foot Igniter as well. The things I look for in a good fly rod is that will it suit the variety of different stroke lengths and speeds that I'm likely to be using in the course of a given day. I need a rod that has still got some flex so I can feel slow casts such as a slow roll cast or a perry poke, so I still can feel what's going to happen or what is happening during the cast under low tension D-loops. At the same time, the rod has to be quite steely as well. I've been a believer for a long time that certainly when conditions are quite blustery, which often they are when we're salmon fishing, that the longer that stroke goes on during the casting movement, if you will, the more that there is that can go wrong. Naturally, I am quite a short, compact caster, so I need a rod that's pretty steely that's going to suit that. It also deals great when we can lengthen that stroke, if we're after that extra distance or the conditions are working in our favours. The wind for once is working with me, or the cast doesn't need to be as long and I can be more relaxed during the cast. So Sage termed this rod as ultra fast action. I don't think of it as a rod that's ultra stiff. Far from it really. Yeah, the rod's steely, but you can still feel this rod bend. So it does suit a variety of different casting styles, and in turn it suits a variety of different lines as well. I've cast shooting heads on this, I've cast Skagits on this, and I've also cast medium and long-headed spey lines. We do need a variety of different lines, but the one thing I don't want to do is take 3 or 4 rods with me every time I go fishing. So it is a great all-round rod, if you will, for different types of lines and also different abilities as well.